Hi, everybody.
Hey, everyone.
Welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today.
Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
and me, Banshee, and Sunny the cat.
And that lovely chime.
I can't believe you put this on again when we're doing live streams down here.
It's a clock.
And the chime is going to be off because...
It's already done.
Yeah, because it doesn't
making
chime
a big deal out of it.
7 times or whatever it is like it's supposed to.
Hello, beautiful people.
Hey, don't mind us. But also, I just wanted to tell you that before we started here, Sonny has been just staring at my monitor. He's just staring at the monitor.
He's looking for you.
I think so.
Hey, everybody.
I
Hey,
hope
hey.
everybody is doing well. It's very important that we stay healthy. People, I saw you talking there, Sonny. I'll be curious to see what your test is. Unfortunately, Mr. O just got some kind of bad news.
Somebody very close to me now knows that they have tested positive. They don't believe they had the symptoms, though, so I'm left with the impression that they've already gone through it, but I don't have all the details yet. I'm going to have to catch up with them a little bit later tonight. But, yeah.
So, anyway, hitting closer to home. And also today, just to start off, I want to say, are we getting more people? I just want to make sure. Oh, Gina came. Hi, Gina. I gotcha. I'm not sure if anybody else when I wasn't looking, but I think not. Okay, so you know what? Our good buddy, internet buddy, Esoterics Tarot, is doing something very cool. She got the idea from another reader, A-List Tarot, I think. And she gave us a really nice...
Leg up. It's
Leg
called
up?
a leg up.
A leg up.
It's just an agreement amongst us readers of various sorts, because we know several and watch their shows regularly.
Well, even if they don't agree, I think it's a nice thing to do. And it made me think that one way or another, I'm going to keep giving people a leg up. I know I mentioned a number of the people that I talk to on, on Twitter and some of the good readings we get there and the good readers there. But today I'm going to feature 2 because I'm going to mention again that it was Esoterics Tarot who gave me this idea. And Esoterics Tarot does some great YouTubes. You should check out their channel. And if you're not following them on Twitter, you should. They do readings she does readings for all the zodiac signs and some other things too. There's some meditations, I think there's some water meditations, some good stuff.
A good proponent of bringing all us readers together and supporting each other, which is something really wonderful to hear.
Now, her idea initially was that, and what she got from the other person as well, is that you mention the person who gave you the leg up, and then you mention a different reader. So I think today I want to focus on...
Drum roll.
The person whose name I can never say right.
That's why I'm here.
I call KC.
Kellio
Clift. And, he's a great reader in his own right. I love his readings on Twitter. His Twitter handle is @KellielClift. You should check him out, and that's spelled Keliel, Clift. He has a Patreon as well, and he's got a website, KelielClift.com. He does readings. He's got Patreon packages. And, definitely worth checking out. He's done some great readings on Twitter, some extra stuff from time to time, like he did for, around Super Tarot Love Week for Valentine's Day.
That's right. He wrote us some limericks.
Well, he wrote us limericks, which was fantastic for our great show. I mean, he's really wonderful. But he also did an extra reading besides his daily reading. I think it was once a week, and it was... was it Venus and Eros?
It was the Venus and Eros, yes.
Yeah.
Which was really cool, and those were really cool.
They were very cool readings.
So we had a couple
Libra.
more people show up.
Welcome.
Libra has.
So I have done my part in the leg up this week, and every week I'm going to try to focus on a different reader that I connect with, and maybe that Mr. O connects with. So we'll keep you posted.
All right.
All right.
So you were about to pull our special card?
I was.
All right.
We're going to do a special card, and we're going to get this show on the road because we are getting a list. So today I'm using the Tarot of Affirmations again by Sally D. Hill. And of course, it's just got your standard Pamela Coleman Smith illustrations. Hold on. It's kind of a big deck, Mr. O, because it's got writing on it.
Oh. Whoops.
All right. Wow. So he has pulled for us, dun, 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 the Three of Cups. And so I'm going to read the affirmations here for the Three of Cups. If any of them resonate with you, keep that in mind and maybe keep repeating it, and keep thinking about the vibration. So the first one is, I am celebration, a time for shared happiness and joy. I am emotional abundance. I have a deep capacity for love and friendship. I cherish my connection to others. I appreciate the power of shared emotion. I am open with my feelings. I draw on my emotions to comfort and encourage myself and others. I am friendship, freely given and received, a channel for love's energy. And that's what I have today, everybody.
Why, thank you, Madam Banshee.
Happy full moon to everybody as well, and it's moon in
Scorpio.
which is good for some of us, I guess.
When is it ever bad?
It's not. It's not really. Anyway, so we are babbling. Is there any announcements you'd like to make? I believe you.
Well, yes, there is an announcement. Actually, I have already, there's at least one that I remember right now, so we're going to talk about that one.
Okay.
But my usual weekly installment of Oberon's Outlook on the Emotional Exchanges was moved to today, so premiere today around 3 p.m. So I've noticed it's already got a few views and maybe some comments, so thank you. But that's the weekly tarot forecast that gives to the signs of the zodiac by their elemental association the skinny, the ups and downs, the currents, the undercurrents of what kind of emotional activities and things that you might be going through in the week ahead. And so that's for the week tomorrow, May 7th through next Thursday, the 14th. And it's already on YouTube.
And you cut a silly little video, didn't you, during the quarantine period here?
Well, I don't think I have it right here, though, to show us.
No, but you can speak on it.
Yes, you can see it on YouTube, but it's basically
very short.
Kind of like the origins of Oberon and Banshee, the very short version. It's about 90 seconds. And we did spread that around on our TFT Facebook page and Twitter. Oh my goodness, it has very young pictures of us. But I swear I'm going to find those
He's not.
baby in the bathtub pictures we
No.
must have.
No, I only have... No.
The naked truth about Obi and Banshee.
So anyway, and we didn't know each other as babies.
No, we
anyway,
didn't.
let me clarify that. So the other thing is that I'm going to be filming another Soul Stories this weekend. This one will be about dreams, all about dreams and dreaming. And I'm including some of my dreams, but I'm also focusing on some very fantastic dreams that members of my mother's side of the family had. So I think you'll find it very interesting, and do stay tuned for that. And I guess that's it. And also we're doing another video soon, but more details on that I think maybe on our next slide.
Yeah, we think it'll be a popular follow-up to a popular video.
Yeah.
So what decks are you using, Banshee?
Well,
I'm going to be using my Tarot of the Night Sun.
Okay. Well, I didn't change up much anyway. Go ahead.
That's the Page of Pentacles from that one.
Are you still, are you using everything you used Sunday pretty much?
No, I'm using one different one. And that is the Navigator Tarot of the Mystic Sea, which has the Tree of Life imagery. And that's a Five of Pentacles there. And you?
And me, I'm
I'll check
using
and
the
see.
After Tarot one more time. I keep saying that, but for some reason I really do like the deck. And we've been using it lately for our tarot of the tarot for tomorrows. And boy, they've been coming out better, haven't they? I don't know what the deal is. Anyway, I'm also using my enchanted.
Did we bribe somebody? That would be fate.
Enchanted Forest of Enchantment tarot, which I also like and am getting used to because the suits and things are a little bit different. And also the. I'm not using them. They're all over the floor. Oh no.
Oh,
Accident.
goodness. This is where I put on the technical difficulties.
It's the totem animal
And then I
tarot.
can reference a thing or two that's in the chat room. Like, I guess
ahead.
we gave Kellyo a leg up. Ooh. No. Well, we did. And I noticed we have somebody new in our chat room, Matcha Queen. Hello to you, and we will put you on the list. We're giving Banshee a moment to
Pick up
play
cards.
78 card pickup. You know, it's a variation on that game that your older brother or sister played with you when you were a kid and you didn't know any better. 52 card pickup. I remember my older brother doing that one.
Okay.
Banshee, aren't you getting those cards yet?
Well,
You're going to have to really get down to get them.
don't get smart, Mr. O.
There's still a whole bunch right there. This is so funny.
A whole bunch.
card pickup. You probably played that, Gina, didn't you? Who was it? Cousin? Sister?
I just want to make sure I have.
Yes, it's like a rite of passage, so to speak. Well, Banshee, I think you got them all, eh? This is the part where we show how red your face is or out of breath you are?
Well, you know, this is live, completely
cope.
unrehearsed.
We cope. It's
Yeah.
okay. It gave me a chance to do my pithy repartee for
Pithy
everyone.
banter, so we can try to keep you on track, right, Mr. O?
All older sisters
All right,
are
so you said
automatically
Matcha Queen.
wicked.
I've got Matcha Queen on the list. Okay.
Did you see what Gina said?
What?
Wicked older sisters. And I said all older sisters are wicked.
Oh, I don't have an older sister. I only had an older brother, so I can't speak on that.
Well, in the
But
abstract.
I'm going to go over the list so everybody knows where they are. Matcha Queen, you are at the bottom of the list right now. So it's Balkis, K-Dash, Lisa, Merwin, Sunny D, Masonic, Lakeisha, Gina, Libra Cusp, and Matcha Queen. Okay,
And
so
little
we are ready to
sassy
go.
cat.
And Balkis, you are first.
Alrighty, Balkis, go ahead if you have a question or type of reading you want. As Sunny moves
Yeah, I will let
himself.
Casey know I did that, give him a leg up today. He was my choice today. I've already kind of promoted some people, so I thought it was his turn. Past
Okay,
time.
so it sounds like a somewhat interesting yes or no with a possibility of a follow-up yes or no. What do you think?
Future husband foreign, if yes, will I meet him out of my country? Okay, well, I guess it depends on what we get the first time. If it's not foreign, then...
Oh, sassy.
So I'll tell you what, I will be shuffling mine in case we need it.
Okay,
So we'll use yours.
so we'll use my Night Sun Tarot for the first part of your question and see how that goes.
And we may not need the second part.
I have a feeling you think that it may be that way. So let's see what our cards say. And tonight is Sassy's night.
Yes, welcome, Sassy. Sassy is
Brown,
here.
brindly
Sunny was here too a while
fur
back.
has spread itself. Did you already shuffle those?
No, I
you
did
didn't.
not. Ooh,
That's a girl. That's a girl.
some nice ginger turmeric tea. Some people don't like turmeric, I get that. But
Some people don't like ginger.
some people don't like ginger. But it's good for the stomach, good for digestion. I love it. All right. You pick them up, I can count them. Are these those ones that are hard to read? I'm gonna.
You're a tarot reader. That's what you're
I
supposed
meant
to do.
the small print on them. I would hate to miss an ace.
Don't worry, I got your back.
Well, you're watching me?
That's an ace.
I saw that. It's an ace. Well, I'm not
Looks
sure
like we're
what
doing
to...
that follow-up, eh? Because we have,
I'm not sure what to totally make of this.
what's that first one?
That's the Seven of Swords.
The Seven of
Upright.
Swords. Oh, I'm wondering if maybe there's a potential maybe that this involves a third party, somebody who's leaving a relationship with one or other of the people there, or moving on in some form. But it does look like the answer to the question is leaning towards yes, because we have those two aces, which is the marker there. But the Seven of Swords is the indication that maybe somebody is leaving, or maybe somebody is getting out of the picture. Something's up with that. It could be.
I don't know. The Seven of Swords is a tricky card.
Yeah, it's very tricky.
There sometimes it could be, some sneakiness or duplicitous behavior going on. So I wonder if this person does have a past. Let me put it that way. I'm thinking that might be what is indicated here. But it does look like they are foreign, so let's see. I guess we do need that other part of the question, eh?
Yes.
So let me do this.
Hello, my little sassy girl. Let's see you stretching there.
She's so cute.
Aw.
All the cats have been so sweet lately. I think they just like us being home. It's going to be a shock when we do go back, but for anybody out there who might be from our state of Michigan, our quarantine order has been extended till May 28th now. So, and I don't feel bad about it, believe me. I feel it's necessary, but apparently there's a lot of discontent. So we'll leave it at that. We want to get political, but so we are home for the duration still, because we're going to follow those guidelines.
You meet him out of this country, or the country you're in.
Okay. So basically, this was about the out of
The
my
foreign,
country.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay, this is really wild because the first card we got, Balkus, was an ace, the very first one. And then the 13th card on the last pile was an ace.
First and last.
It is leaning towards yes, and it's really interesting to me here that there's the Eight of Swords reversed, because the Eight of Swords reversed is kind of movement, no?
Yeah, but it is a cautionary note there. Yes,
it
is a cautionary note. So it is indeed true that you may meet this person outside of the country, or the country you're in, or this one I assume, and that in fact the person is foreign, and possibly due to the other cards we saw, there may be something unknown or possibly odd or weird, or you had a better word for it, about their past, maybe some possible past connection.
They have a past, that there is some I won't say it's duplicity, but it's like they may be, moving away from something from their past that might not have been good.
An omission of facts, is it a lie, or is it just you didn't tell somebody something that maybe they should have known?
Well, it can be
I don't know.
misrepresenting, yes. Like I said, we got to take it for what it's worth, because the Seven of...
Yeah, are you getting that, Balkus? And that 8 reverse seems to indicate that there's some caution there. So what do you got here?
I have the birds.
Which is the house?
No, the birds.
Sorry.
It's okay.
It's a birdhouse.
And the magnifying glass. So you know what, Balkus? I got the birds first. You have to examine what you're hearing. You know, whether it's about this person or maybe a situation that they may be talking about. It's going to say examine closely the information that you're getting. And maybe you'll need to kind of, I know it's going to be hard if somebody's coming from out of the country or if you're going to meet them there. But, maybe you'll get some information or gossip from family members or something like that.
Well, now I'm thinking.
Sounds very intriguing, Balkus.
It does, Balkus, and I'm thinking. Hi,
Sandy.
Sandy. I'm thinking when I look at the Eight of Swords reversed here, I'm actually also wondering too if maybe there's a part on their side where they feel they're coming unknown into a situation too. So I think there's a little bit of a sense that it's working both ways, that they're trusting to a fate they don't totally see or understand either. Do you see that maybe?
I do. And you can see we have 2 cats on the table now.
They are
It
orbiting
is.
each other. They are in proximity.
Today I was hard at work, doing my work from home, and I was focusing on something and then suddenly I look and I see peering around the corner of my computer is Sunman, just staring at me like, when are you going to notice me here? It was so adorable. All right, Balkus, well, that's what we have for you. Good luck with that.
Yes, sounds like a perfect full moon reading.
Hey, K-Dash, you are up. After K-Dash is Lisa, Merwin, Sunny, Masonic, Lakeisha, Gina,
You're welcome,
Libra,
Balkus.
Matcha, and Sandy. You're welcome, Balkus. Your cards again? That's fine.
Sure.
I think. Let's start with the After Tarot. Don't drop them. Why my hands are so slippery tonight.
And so we're waiting for K-Dash.
Hey, K-Dash. I know sometimes we have a delay, so we have to give people a few moments before we move on.
It was an okay day here in the Metro Detroit area. I saw one person walking around with shorts and
It
no
was all close
shirt.
to 65 today, but
And we had our coats on.
it's dropping.
And it
It's
was a little
dropping
windy. It was
big
a little
time.
windy.
We're going to have a couple nights in the upper 20s.
Well,
Not
like
happy weather for me.
I heard somebody say recently, who's about our age, we're old people now.
So I mentioned I'm coming out with soul stories, but okay, we're giving you one final call. Did you type it in by chance?
I'm going to go ahead and type in K-Dash.
Okay.
See if I can get them. Oh, hold on.
So I mentioned the one soul stories I'm going to be filming this week. There's another one coming out later this month, so stay tuned for that. And so we're really going to be rolling with some stuff. We got some stuff planned. But also we're trying to plan like some different Google Hangouts with friends that we haven't seen and things like that.
Yes, we are approximately 3 months from our 1-year anniversary, and so we think it's time we start being a little bit more serious about expanding what we can do and how we can bring that to you. And of course, that means that we may be able
Our
to
1 month anniversary?
1-year anniversary. I'm sorry.
I was wondering, okay, what anniversary is she talking about? It's not even 1 month after my birthday yet.
The best editor in the world, right here. Not only is she an
I miss a lot
excellent
of things.
print editor, journalist, bachelor's degree.
Okay, I think we've given K-Dash plenty of time. K
So who's next?
has not surfaced. So I'm going to put her at the bottom in case she comes back, but she might not. So Lisa, you are up and you know it
And
too,
there we
don't
go.
you? Oh.
Uh-huh. Yes, I think we've had
Well, let's...
questions in this arena before.
Hi, Rock, is that it? Or Rach? Rock? Rach, there is a list, and I'll get you on the bottom of it. And I'll go over the list after we do this next reading.
Okay, Lisa, we got your question. Go ahead and shuffle, Banshee.
I am.
And Sassy is reaching out to give his blessing to the audience.
Reaching out to touch people. So welcome newer people to the show who have shown up. We do a list, and when we call your name, if you're not there, it just happened.
Yeah, we try to squeeze in as many free readings as we can in an approximate 2-hour period, twice a week live, and we have a lot of other content on our YouTube channel that's either related to maybe collective type readings we do. We did a series of readings on Brexit that were pretty popular, we thought. We're also going to revisit a very controversial topic in the near future, we think.
We're doing a yes/no on this, right?
You didn't ask, but I guess it sounds okay.
I think I want to do both.
Okay. Sounds good. And if you haven't, please like, subscribe, comment, share. We would appreciate it. We are close to our 1-year anniversary, and we're hoping to develop a better platform for individual readings for people, and that'll probably be in association with a Patreon account that we're kind of working on, so we shall see.
Well, this is a really interesting reading. It's leaning towards no. It's leaning towards no, but that doesn't mean it's a definite no. And I will tell you this, Lisa. We've got some interesting cards here. We have the 9 of Pentacles upright, and we have the Fool upright.
Oh my.
And then the thing that decided, the ace that came up, was the Ace of Pentacles reversed. You know, I think what this is saying to me, that there's definitely something that might be risky about this. You know, you should do some homework on this. Or, you know, you're just going to throw caution to the wind and take a chance. But there's 2 ways I could read this card, and I'm going to ask for Mr. O's advice in a minute. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, does this card mean that this person is just doing this to, you know, to make themselves wealthier? You know, in other words, if there's something really in it for them, or is this what would happen if she took the risk that, you know, your wealth would be better? This is a very interesting...
It's very easy for when the Fool pops up to feel that there's something maybe not necessarily on the up and up going on, that maybe there's something
trickster.
It's a trickster card, that's right. The interesting thing about the Fool in the After Tarot, and I like to work with the symbols that I am given, is that you still see a sense of pluckiness here and resolution of some sort. But I'm ascribing that to that person, so that person maybe has a good sense of bluster about them to where they are maybe nearly convincing enough, which is maybe what prompts your question.
She's snacking this.
Oh, come on, guys.
I had to move her because she's knocking.
I didn't mean you. I meant him.
Okay.
What are you doing
Okay,
here?
so basically, Lisa, this is kind of, I don't know how, well, do you think that this means that they're not on the up and up, or what?
Well, I think it's leaning towards that they...
Even though it was...
Okay, it says if he is a scammer, so it's saying more no than. It's leaning towards no.
Right, but I think there is something not right here. So, or just something that is a little bit risky on your part. And that's why I was wondering, what does this card play into it?
Well, I'm wondering if the relationship between the cards is that this person is maybe equal to wanting to work with you for the benefits for themselves, i.e. that there's a real equivalency in how much they help you, how much it helps them. I suppose that's what an investor does. I don't understand that per se, but I'm thinking that the benefit risk is literally 50% for either of you somehow, and maybe that doesn't equate totally to monetary, you know, like maybe there's another reason why they're throwing in your lot this way, or that they want to make it bigger than life, or whatever that is.
Yeah, it's really a tough call here for me. I think you might be able to benefit from this, but it is risky, and I'm not really sure I would trust it. But let me see. Well,
go away.
what I would just recommend to you is to try to research this as best you can. If there is any kind of ethics place you can check this person out through, online or whatever, I would do so. Because, okay, the cards I pulled, the first one was the Mountain, and the second one is the Star. This is very positive. In some ways, it shows that, you're feeling really good because you're overcoming some obstacles. In other words, maybe this investment would benefit you in some way. So I would just say, try to research this as best you can. Ask the person too for, people recommendations, people who would recommend them, and really check it out. So because I'm getting a mixed bag here, but I do sense there might be something to help you here.
I'm sorry, I've been very distracted by the cat because he's just been all in my face and then trying to knock over a glass. So I'm really sorry here, but we're applying that to the
It's
idea
part of the
there.
reading.
This was first, or this was
The Mountain.
Yeah. Well, it seems like it's kind of funny because on one hand, this card doesn't really imply a forward motion at all. They both imply sort of a stability, a standing still, which maybe we could say that's because of the mountains, that there's too many obstacles in the way. But at the same time, it's maybe a matter of just really holding tight because the direction could come through.
So this doesn't really say one way or another to you.
Not exactly. I'm sort of searching for a
Well,
platitude there.
so what I was saying is that maybe you might want to investigate this further, because showing the optimism with the mountains means overcoming something that's a burden. And maybe it's your feelings about this investment, that it would take a load off your mind in some way, or could really help you through something you're going through. So I would investigate it, and if it seems like it's checking out, I would do it. I just think there are some risks attached here. That's why I'm saying to be cautious. But I'm getting some positive cards.
This is positive. This is cautious.
Yeah. It's tough. And I almost hate to tell anybody what to do with their money right now, with everything being as it is. But I would just say really investigate it more. Just check it out. And if you feel comfortable with it, then you just weigh the risks, benefits of doing it. And that's what we have for you. I have to say that was very
You may have to ask us more at another time.
If you don't have to rush on this, And also, if they put the pressure on you, then you got to wonder if something's wrong. So I would say give it a little time and do some research and come back and check with us again. You're welcome, Lisa. Hey,
You're
Merwin,
welcome.
you are up. Hi, Jenna. I'll throw you on the list.
Oh, that sounds interesting, Merwin. I'm always fighting my writer's block.
I started this great poem off for Beltane, and then I put it aside. I have to get back to it. Anyway.
Okay, let's use your deck again. I'm not sure if I understand your question, Masonic. My mind is really fried today. I'm not sure what's
Who's
going
calling us, Mr. O?
I'm going to go back into the chat a little bit and see if there's something going on there.
Okay. All right, Merwin. I know how you feel. And that's great, because, there are times where the muse hits me and I'm at work and I just have to have paper and pen by me and write things down as it comes. I try not to just get involved in it, or I end up breaking up my lunch so that I can do it. But sometimes you just can't stop that flow, and you shouldn't if you can at all possible. Sometimes it's not all that convenient. I don't think.
Thanks, Masonic. I try to add a little bit of class to the broadcast, but somebody wasn't impressed. I rewound the the little Westminster clock that's over by the fireplace.
Yeah, but
It's not on time, but it does
it's
ring on the
totally
hour.
out of sync. Okay, wait, what are we doing? 3 card, right? Yes.
Right.
Well, actually, it's like a yes/no.
Well, what were you going to do?
I don't know. I was going to do a 3 card, actually. Ah, I should have did the yes/no.
Yeah, really.
I feel bad.
Tell
Well,
her you want your money back.
let me put it to you this way, Merwin. Use it or lose it. It looks like things could putter out. The Ace of Wands is reversed here. I have the Ace of Wands. I have the 2 of Cups reversed, and I have the Knight of Swords, which to me means there's disharmony. If you're like, I'm not going to make assumptions here, but if you're anything like me, it's kind of a push-pull relationship with writing. When you're in it, you're in it. When you're out of it, you're out of it. And I sort of sense that with the 2 of Cups reversed here.
Well, I think there's definitely this idea that the muse is not consistent. The Knight of Swords is reversed, and so that's back and forth to me, motion in context to the question. There's delays. It's happening. This is networking. This is growth. This is harmony. To me, this represents the sense of your desire to be the muse or to have the muse there. But this is saying that there's a lot of flipping, flopping going on. And like you're indicating, some of it's coming through, but overall, you're still kind of dealing with it from that consistency point of view, I guess.
And yeah, they're reversed. They might be looking up right to you. I'm not sure, but they are reversed, all 3 of them, which is kind of disappointing because, I knew you were really excited about this.
Hi, MM.
Hey, Am, how you doing? Let's throw some Lenormand on this topic, see what we get. Whoa. So, there's the birds. And there's the coffin. So, that's kind of telling me, the birds is about communicating and things like that it could be coming to an end because you have the coffin card here. So, anyway, just knowing this means that, you know what, you might have to work harder for it, but if you're really dedicated, you can still make this happen. Don't let this discourage you too much.
Don't listen to the hateful harpies.
Well, and that's it too. Good point in a way. If you get people looking at your writing and you get some criticism or whatever, don't let that stop you as well. Don't let anything. The other thing it might be telling me, I hate to say it, is maybe put an end to things that might be a distraction to the writing. I hate to say it, but maybe sometimes you got to put the social media aside or whatever to get down to business and do the writing thing. Because also the birds is networking, stuff like that. So it's kind of like maybe you just have to pull back a little bit. Hey, like we can pull back any more than we are in quarantine, though.
Yeah, well, today I guess I did get a little bit of hopeful news. It does seem like there's some idea that we're winnowing towards some sort of opening up or gradated open up. It may be right towards the end of the month or going into the next month. But I don't really have any details, so I don't know anything.
So, I've got you on the list, and that is it, Merwin. That's all I have for you. I'm sorry. I should have done the yes/no. We had to ace the first card.
Missed opportunity.
I just kind of got confused for a moment there.
You are welcome.
So unlike me. Sunny
Very
D.
cool.
Sunny D, you are up. After Sunny is Masonic, Lakeisha, Gina, Libra, Matcha, Sandy, K-Dash, Rach, Jenna, and Am. And we better get rolling. Okay.
Oh, my emotional exchanges? Oh, thank you.
Oh.
Yes, I did an experiment today because I basically thought I've only got, like a smaller amount of views there, and I thought, well, maybe if I preview it, or if I premiere it the day before the reading takes place, that might help. Plus, also too, somebody said, hey, videos at 3 o'clock get viewed more than other times. So I thought, okay, I'll try it.
Okay,
What?
changes are coming?
Well, thank you, Am. I appreciate that.
Okay, Am. Oh, not Am. Sorry, thank you for that, Am. I meant okay, Sunny D. I got your question. I don't know. I feel like I'm in a fog all of a sudden. What happened? Ever since I dropped the cards? No. What happened after that? Here you go. I don't know.
Okay, thank you for clearing that up, Sonny, because I was getting a spooky vibe from that. I happen to have one or two friends who go by the name Merlin, and I thought, oh, maybe they're here too. They're somewhere around
It's
me.
not Merlin, it's Merwin.
No, I got it. It's okay. Hey.
Oh, I see. I see now. Okay. A little behind there with the chat. You guys.
Well, I keep thinking maybe someday my one friend Merlin might show up, so who knows,
All right. Well, yikes.
We're doing pretty good, just kind of going through the motion.
I don't know what this is about, Sunny D. You have the King of Cups upright. I'm going to show you the last card, the Knight of Pentacles upright. But then in the middle here, you have the Five of Pentacles. Well, there's two things here, that I want to bring to your attention. You got to watch your health a little bit, but you also got to watch your money a little bit. But it looks to me like you might get some sort of bailout or help with money. I think, this could be positive because of the way it came up.
Well, this is usually a benefactor too. They may be
Right.
a little bit more on the counseling or just good friend, supportive person level, but they could tie in together.
Yeah, so
Somebody who's kind.
Yeah, so I don't know if you're gonna, have to get a loan for some reason. Whether it's to get a car, whether it's to pay off a debt. But it looks like there's something that's kind of a setback here. And again, it could also be your health. Watch your health. But yeah, if it is, it looks like there's two supporting influences here who will get you through that.
Well, the range of this card, the Five of Pentacles, to me just suggests more of an emotional turmoil more than actual physical problems. They could be there, maybe minor indication of some health, but it doesn't look like it's very severe. It's more of an emotional quality of just feeling alone, depressed, and not really feeling what may be around you, which is that there are some persons around you who maybe are caring enough and who can help you, or just somehow you have to be able to attract that to yourself. It's not easy, I admit it.
Well, and look at this. You have the dog here.
That kind of goes with what we're saying about the friend.
And the wishing well. And so it's kind of like there's somebody here who could help you heal in some way or feel better, or also just bring some better conditions for you. So it's really weird getting the Five of Pentacles with all this positivity.
Well, to me, a lot of times the Five of Pentacles, we can all have differing opinions about. Sometimes I feel it is a person who just they're overwhelmed a little bit to the point where they're not really seeing everything they could be seeing. And that is the wishing well, is that there is this person, this loyal friend who maybe is wishing for you. I don't know where they're at. Maybe it's a quality within yourself that you have to find your best friend within yourself and
Well,
heal yourself that way.
You were asking what's coming. So I think you don't know this person yet. I think that they will become a friend in time. So maybe that's what's coming. And the only other thing I can think of, if it's not a person, is that it is maybe it's a spirit guide of some sort. Maybe it's some other kind of person of that sort.
We sort of were doing some of that for you before. We had some thoughts before for you.
But to me, it seems more tangible. But I'm going to throw that possibility out there.
We're within that realm of last week's Mayday or Beltane, as we call that. In some esoteric jargon or lore, they feel that the 2 6-month apart periods, Halloween and then this Beltane, is when the veils between
Go ahead. Go ahead.
the worlds are thinner, and so spirit communication or various kinds of psychic things are more possible around this time. So it is possible. What?
Just get a deck. I was trying to cue you. Just go ahead, get a deck. But you can keep talking. I need cue cards. I need cue cards. We used to do that.
It's even more fun when we play medium. It's like we apparently don't
I'm
really...
trying to send signals.
We're actually very psychic. There isn't a moment, not a moment, but a day where she walks into the room and says something that I'm just thinking. I walk down the stairs and I say something she was thinking. It's just uncanny lately. And we actually feel that we've always been intuitive towards each other, but ever since we started doing the live cast, 9 months ago.
It's gotten even worse. No.
Yeah, I have no privacy anymore. She's like, Oberon, are you really thinking about that again? Yes, I was.
Okay, so that's what we have for you, Sunny D. I hope that helps. I think it's a person. I really do. Hi, Monica. I'll throw you on the list. But we do have a big list, so we'll see where we can get to you. We're going to start with a new reading right now. So Masonic, you are up, and I see you've got your question. And then Lakeisha, Gina, Libra, Matcha, Sandy, Kay, Rach, Jenna, Am, and Monica. We got to keep the flow going. What are you doing? What are you
Somebody
showing?
requested Sunny, so I gave them Sunny.
The floor is a wreck.
Do we have our question?
Yes, we do.
Masonic?
Will my prayer, counseling, and art take off soon? Play.
I need a good camera view. Where's my producer? I already shuffled those.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm.
And it is a yes, no.
You could put your view over here,
Oh, well, it's not going to be soon. It's leaning towards no to that. There's only one ace, the Ace of Pentacles. And by the way, they're all reversed. The Seven of Cups is reversed. The Ace of Pentacles is reversed. And the Page of Cups is reversed. So, there's just not a lot of good things happening right now. There's no good news coming right now.
Well, this may be finding a way to focus on something.
Exactly. So, there needs to be maybe a little bit more focus on it. And also the fact that, well, I just, I keep thinking maybe it's just a product of, excuse me, the times we're in right now. It's hard for everybody in business at this time to get something off the ground. So I don't think it's happening soon. And if I had to say when it might start taking off, maybe in the fall. Maybe there'll be some movement by fall.
This seems to work more towards the artistic things and just saying to find a vision and go with it. A lot of times there's just a practice about certain types of art. This is why I can't really be an art, because I could never do these things with a dedicated level. But some people tell me you get up every morning at 6 o'clock and you write. You type for 2 hours, or you paint for 2 hours, or you do something for 1 to 2 hours every day. And then every so often you just go through it and you say, crap, 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 throw out this, work on this, work like this. This, though, tells me that as far as the counseling thing goes, there's a little bit of a problem, because maybe you don't actually have some of your emotional temperament down pat here. That you maybe have to work a little bit on some of your emotional aspects. It's not that you're not calm or anything like that, but there's a certain demeanor, or there's a certain quality. I'm only a folk psychologist of sorts, but I'm just thinking, like, for you, there's something you have to kind of put into perspective from the emotional angle. Okay?
I have the tree. And I have news.
I certainly don't want you to give up, because I know that people are capable of great things no matter where they come from and where they're going.
I think the news is that, in time that you will be receiving news that will give you, more encouraging signs, for this project. Getting the tree here, it is about counseling, and it just shows that there's some growth attached to this, or maybe it's even with your art. There is definitely some growth, and you should probably be getting some type of news or a sign of some sort that you are on the right track, even if things aren't happening.
Well, you know what? We love you because you're here for the duration. You are. You're just here, and you have plenty of time to work on these things and to grow. That's what this is really telling us here, is that just you don't have to live on anybody's timetable. You can just, take your time with it. That's what, as I really am so close to, signing the final dotted line that puts me, away from the world of work or whatever. I just really feel that,
Okay, so that's what we have for you, Masonic. I hope that helped. Lakeisha, you are up, and then Gina, Libra Cusp, Matcha, Sandy, K Dash, Rach, Jenna, Am, Monica, and if we can fit in Chrissy, we'll get Chrissy in.
Yeah, just don't
But
let
you're
anybody...
at the bottom of the list, Chrissy.
I know she's giving me eyes over here, but don't let anybody tell you what to do, and that's what I'm doing. I'm not letting anybody tell me what to do.
Silly man. So, what do we got, Lakeisha? Okay.
These again?
So, do you have a new love, or is this a prospective new love?
Oh, let's prove we can do this.
I'm not saying we can't. I just wanted a little more background.
Did you already shuffle?
Not for this one, I don't think. And if I did, I must need to shuffle again. That's all I'm going to say about it.
Try to put the cards here.
Okay. Future. Okay, all right. Let's see.
I watch too many time travel TV shows and movies, so.
Three cards.
3 cards it is. If we have time.
Well, we have the Hierophant upright, the Six of Swords upright, and the Eight of Swords reversed. I think this person is somebody who travels a lot. They move a lot, maybe in relation to their job, maybe, or they've done a lot of traveling either in their a childhood with parents who move from country to country. I'm not sure, but I'm sensing they're very very well traveled.
They're masterful. They're wise. They're consoling. They seem like a really nice oriented person. I get this travel aspect. I get an aspect like maybe they have a life that has a certain level of intrigue in it. Like maybe they have important things that take them from place to place. They're repairing things, or they're putting things back together. They may have to deal with people's emotions a little bit. Maybe they're a kind of diplomat or a kind of bureaucrat, somebody who works with people's problems. They might work in some sort of system.
Well, the Hierophant could be a teacher. It could be somebody even with some religious affiliations, right? It could be.
Yeah.
The other thing is, it looks to me like you might be getting hooked up with an air sign.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
two
could be an air
swords here,
sign,
which
yeah.
is definitely, a possibility as well.
I get the feeling they're very ambitious. They get pulled in a lot of directions. They really are a busy person. They're in charge of things. That's what I think is happening. Let's pull some Lenormand.
Yep.
I'm not trying to say they're too busy for you or anything like that. They're just
No,
they
I
have
like
some
what I'm
intrigue and
seeing. I
issues
like what
in their
I'm
lives.
seeing.
Yeah. Dynamic personality is what it sounds
That's
like.
what I'm thinking. Very dynamic. And also, I think could be an instructor, maybe even at the professor level, maybe. It's kind of what it looks like to me. Somebody that has a lot of wisdom. Look at that.
Oh, yeah, maybe you're right,
I got
Bash.
the book
Learning.
and I got the key. So what does that mean in this case? I think it's just if we're talking about this person, I think that that a lot of things doors have opened for them through study. They're probably very learned. That's what it seems like to me.
I mean, they seem to strike me as a cultured person. They may be from an upper class of whatever their society is. We're both picking up a connection, like they may not necessarily be American, right?
Well,
Not necessarily, or that they don't seem to operate here a whole lot, or
I
something
don't know.
makes them travel.
I just feel that they have traveled a lot. There are jobs. My brother was in a job and he did a lot of international travel, but he lived here. So I'm just saying it's
and
somebody
he
who
was
seems
boring to me.
somebody who seems well traveled.
Yeah, this is an interesting person. I mean, I could only guess at possibilities here. Like I said, a diplomat, or some sort of person who works with systems, or a teacher or something. Yeah.
That's what we have for you.
Shanov.
Interesting reading, Lakeisha.
We will possibly be able to get to you. We'll have to see, Shanov.
Yeah, I don't know, Shanov. We've got a big list now. We'll see. You're at the bottom. All right, so after Lakeisha is Gina and Libra Cusp, and then Matcha, Sandy, Kay, Rach, Jenna, Am, Monica, Chrissy, and Shanov. All right.
How about one of your decks?
Maybe. I'll use this one. Okay.
Okay. Oh, I like this kind of question, Gina.
Oh.
Let me cue my Dark Shadows theme, or X-Files or something. No, I can't whistle for sure.
Can't whistle. Why did you try?
Still, somehow I make that seem entertaining. I know I do. I just do.
All right, what should you meditate on? Go. These ready? You want them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This was happening earlier.
Oh, our computer's kind of fritzing.
Several times earlier.
There. Hi, we're back.
We didn't go anywhere.
No, we didn't go anywhere. Our
Um,
computer is malfunctioning right now. It's kind of
Yes,
worrisome.
another project before we get to a year and why we have to start figuring out how to make some money.
So,
Anyway,
I'll just leave them down because you don't have the other. Could you get the other camera up?
yes, it is.
Oh.
Well, I guess I have to press a button.
Oh,
Don't you see?
the camera went out because
This happened before too. This happened before we set the
Well, at
link.
any rate, we have the Nine of Cups. I don't want to stall us. The two of Wands and the Four of Swords. So the Nine of Cups, the Two of Wands. Gina. You know
Okay,
what
thanks,
it looks.
Sandy. Sorry about that.
You know what it looks like to me. You should focus on your desires. I think this is first and foremost, and with the Two of Wands as well, it's kind of like, making things happen, focusing on how to make things happen.
Don't meditate in an unsafe place because I don't want you to roll off the balcony and take a real good rest there. Look at that. That like
The Four, that card just bespeaks of meditation right there, the Four of Swords.
Yeah, it's true. That's
That's why I didn't even read that as part of what you should be focusing on, because this is telling me meditate on your desires.
maybe
and,
Moon and Scorpio saying we like you meditating even more.
Yeah.
Like keep it up. Because right, I can't really add to that. That just really seems very
You have many of them. Well, see if so do I. So we'll see what the
really nice stuff here.
Lenormand has to say. The Two of Wands.
Your
Go
desires,
ahead.
right? Well, Two of Wands is just
Yeah.
really about the mastery of the world, the
kind of like
realization
waiting
of your
for
desires.
your things
your
to
desires,
manifest.
Your desires, just waiting.
Yeah.
So Sandy had to leave, so she said we could take her off the list.
So maybe you should focus, Gina, on how your desires are going to manifest, and maybe just what happens after that. Maybe you should be focusing on the after. Well, let me just say this. There's the stork and the letter. Now, since we were talking about meditating here, don't you think that means a message of some sort might come through to you, maybe? A message concerning change or something new that you could give birth to? Just saying.
What is this? The letter?
Yeah.
Okay, this was first, right? This represents something being birthed or being born or something new or something movement, maybe.
And the letter is over it, so it's kind of like, could you get a message tonight about something that possibly you could birth that would that would bring some of your desires to manifestation? I think it all kind of fits.
It does fit, absolutely.
Wow, awesome reading. Awesome reading, Gina. Good luck with that tonight.
Thank you.
Libra cusp, you are up. And after Libra is Matcha. Sandy's gone. So after Matcha's Kay, Rach, Jenna, Am, Monica, Chrissy, and Chanel.
Yes, I did mention that, Sunny. We'll see if we have time.
I'm not sure we're going to, Sunny. We got a big list. Big list.
And I am suddenly very thirsty.
Uh-oh. I have not drank any of my lime because I had tea, if you want some.
Okay.
Okay. No argument. All right. You are so welcome. Definitely let me know.
Looks like I slurped some down there.
It's all right. I don't care. I'm good. All right. So what was the question from Libra Cusp? Are you with us? Hey, Libra.
Yeah, I would like to know. I've been doing a little bit of my own kind of meditation, but it's different.
Okay, I don't know if Libra's here. Could you
I'm going
type
to type
in the
that in.
name?
I'm sorry.
That's all right. We still have, we still have time. I'm hoping we're going to be able to get everybody in. So, Sonny, hang in there. You never know what'll happen.
Okay, well, maybe we have to go on.
Going once. Going twice.
Last time, Libra cusp, if you are out there, this is your chance. If not, we'll see you some other time.
Okay. So I guess we're moving on to Matcha. Are you still with us?
So we are now looking for Matcha, who's first time in our room, I believe.
Yeah, welcome. Welcome to the stream.
And that's Matcha, or Maca. Who knows? How do they spell that?
I got it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hi, awesome. It's
Okay,
your
hi there,
turn,
Matcha.
Matcha. So just give us your question. If you want a general reading or something more specific, just let us know. The man the universe is sending you. Okay, all right.
Okay.
Did you want my cards? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, sure. All right, and thank you for joining us again. I hope you can like or subscribe. We do this twice a week, and it's just first come, first serve. We have a lot of other content on our YouTube channel. We do a once a month astrology reading called the Modality Message, which is rather unique in our opinion. And I also do an emotional exchanges, which is about emotional situations. So that may be
You
helpful for
shuffled,
people.
right?
Yes. So let's get to that reading.
Okay. That came up before.
Oh, like that too? I don't remember.
Yeah, reversed, I believe. Yeah.
Okay. I thought it was the Five of Pentacles.
No.
All right. So we have 3 cards for you, Matcha. We have the reversed Five of Swords.
That's what? Yep, the Eight of Swords.
Oh, I'm sorry. 8 of Swords. We did have that before. I am so sorry. Justice. This was not reversed. This was upright. And then we have the Two of Cups reversed. Did you want me to start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, well, you're thinking about describing a person. It's possible they may have some legal situations or they may be in a legal environment. It seems to me like maybe it's possible that they had a change in their plans or that they left that and went to that. And maybe it's possible that they've also recently ended a relationship or that they that's what I'm getting. I'm just thinking like maybe they haven't always harmonized well in relationships. So maybe they're looking at you as this person that they're leaving a comfort zone to attempt a relationship again, and that they basically consider themselves a fair person. So I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I don't know. I'm looking at the cards that are drawn and I'm thinking that maybe this is leaning towards, I know you said you're a Leo, that maybe this is leaning towards an air sign. It's hard to say really, but I'm looking at the bird here too, and I know there's water, but I'm thinking for some reason air. And it's just, sometimes that just pops in there, so I'm just throwing that out at you. But I feel that they may have something to do with, if not the legal profession, but possibly with social justice. It's possible they've worked in scenarios of helping people out, maybe, I don't know, like in difficult situations, maybe like even abusive situations, things like that. I feel too that they might have moved a few times as well. I'm not going to say they're well traveled in this case. This came up in that other reading where we had the travel. And I feel that this is more about, moving than travel in this case. And also, it seems as though, yes, he brought up the fact about a relationship. I feel like this, you will not be their first relationship. They will be coming out of some kind of a negative experience, whether it's a divorce. It's possible that they were divorced. I don't see necessarily any children here or anything like that, but that's kind of the beat I'm getting on it right now. It does seem like they have obviously they seem like a very just and fair-minded person, very objective, somebody who would treat you fairly, maybe as an equal in the relationship. So this is
Let's
the
do
kind of
the-
things I'm picking up from those cards that we drew for you.
So we're going to do a Lenormand, which is another oracle we do, and we just kind of apply that to what we see with the tarot cards. So give us a moment for that. Possibly, it doesn't say for sure, but it could be.
I think it could be, yeah.
It does seem that way, possibly.
Well,
Ah,
you're going to, okay, this is the park. And then we have the key. And so what this tells me is that, that networking and, getting out there, getting in the social circuit is where you're going to meet this person. You might meet them at some big social gathering of some sort, whether, obviously it could be a wedding or something like that, but it could be anything else. You go to maybe an art fair or something like that, but it seems to be a big gathering of people is where you're going to meet this person.
and yeah, you didn't put a time thing on it, so it doesn't seem like there's a real clear time. This may be just somewhere
Yeah.
off in the future. It doesn't seem like you're impatient to meet somebody necessarily, but I do feel that when this person comes to you, that what this Eight of Swords reversed represented was the idea that maybe they have been moving towards you or towards a different kind of scenario in their lives, and that's involving the networking maybe that leads to you. That's kind of what I'm seeing there.
That's what we have for you. I hope that helped. And thank you for waiting. Really appreciate that. And check back in with us again. If you subscribe, you will get notifications and come back and join us again sometime.
Alrighty, so who's next?
So after Matcha is no Sandy. K Dash. K Dash, you are up. Are you with us, Kay?
Yeah, those Lenormand cards are really pretty and cool. She has so many different ones.
Yeah, that's Cyril Marchetti's gilded Lenormand. They're beautiful. And, I don't know if he still has both versions out, but this is the expanded version that has those extra cards he added to the Lenormand. So I love this deck. I just do. But I overuse it. It's starting to get worn.
So I put in K-Dash's name again. We already cycled back to them.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, because Kay did not get one there, right?
Okay.
So
You are welcome, Matcha.
Yeah.
It just didn't seem like we had added that many others, but we did. Alrighty.
But I don't think they're here, so we'll probably go
Yeah.
beyond.
The usual, too many for us to count, Jenna.
Well, I don't think Kay is here. So I just put them back on the list just
Sure.
in case. Like Sandy, I didn't put down because
Looks like
she's
you're next after this next one.
Yeah. We have one more before you, Jenna.
And so that's Roch or Rock?
Rach.
Rach.
I'm going to say Rach.
So if you're still with us, it's your turn.
Could be short for Rachel. I don't know.
Rach. Yeah, you never know. And then Jenna's after that.
Chrissy, you are somewhere. Yeah, you are on the list, Chrissy. We're getting to you. After Rach is Jenna, Am, Monica, then Chrissy, Shanove, and Libra Cusp.
And it looks like we just lost somebody, so I don't know if that was
Okay.
Rach. But
Hey, Rach.
we're going to call Rach again. I'm going to
Type
type
the
in their
name.
name.
Well, stick with us, Jenna. You might be coming right up if Rach is not here. So basically, the early bird gets the worm as far as our show goes. The earlier you get in the room, the quicker you get on the list. And of course, a lot of people have learned that, so it gets kind of crowded in the beginning of the stream there.
By the way, you have to check the Gmail again, because I don't know if you've checked it recently. But we are moving towards that 1-year anniversary, and we're hoping to create readings that we can market to individuals, and then you don't have to wait. You can get a
That's
really
true.
detailed reading
More
from us.
detail, more
We
cards.
will arrange to either do it in a Google Hangout so we can work live with you, or if you prefer, we may send you some form of an
Could
email.
do a video.
Or,
We could do video readings. We could do email readings.
So that should be coming by our 1st-year anniversary.
Yeah, it may be sooner, but we're not going to say that because we know how things go.
Lazy.
So, Rach is not here.
Rach, let's
Say
go
no.
on then.
Jenna.
No, you just said you're here, so you better be here.
Yeah, we might have dilly-dallied with a few readings, so people just decided they weren't going to get in. But see, never say never. Some readings are faster than others. That's just the way it is.
Well, I'd like to think of a pithy thing to say right now, but nothing's really happening.
General reading for the next month.
All right.
Your cards?
Surely. Let's go back to my Night Sun. The Night Sun Tarot.
Aw. Oh gosh, don't drop them. Dropsy today, seriously.
Like you do sometimes, Grandma?
I think I sit at the computer too long. Of course, because I'm working here all day. All right. General for Jenna. Right. Okay.
I thought so.
Which is that? Oh, okay,
7?
got it. Yeah, 7. That's the card with the small print.
So
What is
these
that
are your
one?
cards.
Pentacles.
Yes.
So we got a few pentacle cards here.
So we have your 3 cards. You have the upright devil. Ooh, that's kind of glorious. And then you have the reversed 7 of Pentacles. Okay, spacey. Well, that's what you're here for. We will tell you. And then the Knight of Pentacles. So you have a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Well, Jenna, you got to be careful to not overdo things. It looks to me like you really want to get going with something, some project, or maybe it's your new job. I'm not sure what it is. You're all gung-ho about something, but, you got to take some time and be careful how you do things because your plans could fail. The devil card just worries about you just being too obsessed with, with it, and that maybe you need to take a step back a little bit.
Right. Your pieces are kind of in place, but you're just sort of maybe abandoning some of your patience on this. There's a little bit of a level of impatience, which is kind of unusual considering this card, which represents to some degree a Capricornian level, and Capricorns are about patience, but I want to get into that a whole lot. I think it's what Banshee said. This card is sort of suggesting you should take a look back, that you have some expectations and you may not realize you're attached in a way that's not exactly the best way, or you could become attached in a way. So you need to sort of step back a little bit. Over here,
Well, that's why I was saying I see Jenna charging towards, the way it's facing. I'm looking at it that way, that it's charging towards this. And maybe, like I said, if you don't give enough thought, if you
right, this is like, it's not,
and if you don't apply, if you don't apply yourself self with diligence, sometimes we get so wrapped up in the idea, but then we don't follow through. So I think you have to watch your follow through.
well, to me, I don't see the Knight of Pentacles as charging. I sort of see them as
Well,
moving
yeah,
steadily ahead.
yeah.
And there's a methodical method planning, a strategicness, but it sort of takes them away from letting some inspirations happen. And this does too. And so that's what I think is happening, is that you have to look back, take a step back and rely on some inner thoughts about yourselves. Like, you can't go too much by the book here, because the book may say, oh, you should do this, you should do this, you should do this. But you are you, Jenna, and you need to step back sometimes and just feel it.
I am feeling it.
Time for
The
Lenormand?
only other thing I would caution you, Jenna, is that be sure that
Good for you.
you're not so immersed in this that you're ignoring other important aspects of your life right now. Maybe that's the lesson of the month ahead. So you're asking if this is a good or a bad reading. It's kind of a in between reading. It's neither good nor bad, but it depends on how you manage yourself. Just settle down, be in your projects for the long haul, and don't get obsessed with outcomes.
Yeah, it says you're really ready to do this, but maybe the other part of the reading is saying you need to just think about it a little bit further. Like, it's okay to take a momentary pause before further probing. So we're going to pull that Lenormand. See what that says.
Oh, that came up
The
before.
baby wrote the letter.
And that came up before.
Wow.
Did that come up together?
Yeah.
Now,
Gee, Banshee.
so, it looks like to me, I don't know, it looks like to me you're going to be spending a lot of time on social media.
But they were spent differently, right? It was this
Yeah.
card was first.
Yeah.
So sort of the reverse is sort of like something tells you, some message tells you, you need to maybe do this stepping back and maybe just explore ideas, explore inspiration, relax a little bit and sort of network with other people. Maybe you'll find people who will have some ideas to help you, semi-partnerships, whatever.
Yeah, so that's a good point, is that, maybe some networking that you're doing will open some doors for you as far as this goes.
Take a little stress off.
Yeah. Well, I don't
Alright.
know about that, but it'll be something that will give you some perspective or support in some way.
Alrighty.
And that's what we have for you, Jenna.
All right. Thank you.
Let's see. We are up to Am Am. After
Okay.
Am Am is Monica, Chrissy, Shanove, and Libra.
Good luck if you go to that. That sounds interesting. I've done a couple panels, but not as a live stream yet, so that's interesting.
Oh, wow. That sounds like
knows?
fun.
We're just trying to figure out if we could do a Google Hangout with our best friends and eat dinner with them that way.
Yeah, we can't meet them for dinner anymore, so we thought we'd do dinner, via Google.
You are welcome, Jenna. Good luck as always. Thanks for being our fan.
Hey, Am, you are up.
I'm shuffling these ones.
Oh, releasing for the full moon. Yours? Okay. Sounds like a very good question.
Sounds pretty scorpionic.
It's a scorpionic full moon.
Yes, that reminds me of that question on Family Feud about the planets.
Oh, jeez. That was corny. Oh, look at that. Well, it's staying. That's what I did. You're putting it on top too, aren't you? Okay.
Pentacles. High Priestess.
Wow. Okay, so you have the Nine of Swords reversed, the Two of Pentacles reversed, and the High Priestess reversed. Upright. So,
Well, I guess that's saying
what should they release?
feelings that are unwarranted about other people.
See if you can read my mind.
If others' emotional problems are bothering them, they should probably let some of that go if it doesn't really directly affect them, right?
I don't know if I'm relating it to others. I think what you should release is, any pain and suffering from the past so you can let the healing now begin. I think it's telling you that it's time for healing and release anything that is impeding that process. Let it go so you can heal. And
I sometimes connect that to people that they know, but I guess I could see that too.
did this fall?
Oh.
In time, I think it drooped. So then we have the Two of Pentacles reversed, and the Two of Pentacles is telling me, Am, that, the other thing that you need to release is this,
A certain level of worldliness.
yeah. With it reversed, I'm thinking too, it's a card of imbalance. And so you have to release whatever it is that is causing imbalance in your life. So I'm looking at it that way too, that, something may be causing things to be off kilter. You have to really think about what that is and let it go. Or, and that, in a sense, I don't know how the High Priestess fits in. I think maybe
Well,
that
they're both twos.
oh yeah, they are. That's true. Maybe
What you find in your wisdom is how
about it a minute.
you will see this. I mean, you are going to find this tonight. You are going to tap into that energy of the High Priestess because it's already in there. It isn't really coming from the full moon in Scorpio. It's coming from within yourself. It's your own secret wisdom. You're giving yourself permission to access it if you don't realize it's in your subconscious. It's telling you about this pain or healing or past that you should just let go. And it's also telling you that there are certain ways of the world. I didn't mean worldliness necessarily, but there are certain ways of the world that haven't worked out for you. And they've created an imbalance, as Banshee suggests. They've created a balance between material desires and other desires. And so you want to kind of work on that too.
So I don't know. The way I'm looking at the High Priestess here is that, I'm almost looking at this the same way I did with Gina's reading. I almost think that maybe you realize what we're saying already. There's a truth to it. I don't know. But you're going to find this out through your intuition that this is what you need to do. This is what you need to release tonight. And I think what it's also saying to me, it's interesting getting the High Priestess on this moon in Scorpio night, is your psychic senses should be really, really strong tonight. So it's a good night for you to do this working.
So we're going to do a letterman and Libra cuffs. Yeah, we were calling
You
for
did.
you.
I have you on the bottom,
But we
Libra.
put you at the bottom, and the list has seemed to have cleaned
It's
itself
short.
up a little bit. So
It's
it won't
shorter
be real
now,
wide.
but there's still people
I hope
in
you
front
don't
of
mind.
you.
If you're interested, you have to wait a few more. So let's pull that letterman.
Oops. Okay.
This was first.
Just want to get that. It's kind of interesting this way. So I've got the clouds, and the light side is actually towards the second card, the mountains. I think this is kind of emphasizing what I was talking about here in a way, because I think it's saying you have to release those things that are burdening you. And what's burdening you is maybe some sorrow, resentment, or pain from something that happened, emotional, that affected you in the past or maybe present. And whatever it is that's keeping you off balance.
The clouds are the release.
No, well, The clouds, because the light side was towards the mountains, I feel that means the obstacles or something will lessen. So that's why I said burdens will ease once you eliminate these things.
Well, and I sort of feel too that I heard a word in my head that said service, and I said that it's like finding your way towards something that means something to you, and that finding ways you can serve others, or finding ways you can be kind to others, or do things for others, is really what that challenge is about for you. And so some of this is getting beyond some of those questions and looking at a new goal or a way of being for yourself.
Okay, he has spoken. But that's what we have for you, Am. I hope that helps. And good luck tonight. Be curious to see, hopefully it'll work out for you. And you will at least get some wisdom tonight, because the High Priestess indicates, hey, this is the night. And Monica, you are up. Are you with us, Monica? After Monica is Chrissy, Shinove, and Libra Cusp.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. We'll give Monica a moment or two.
Mm-hmm. Just showing a card from my Navigator Tarot of the Mystic Sea. Yes, that would be nice to know that. Yep.
Oh, good. Awesome.
Four of Cups. We always like to hear success stories. We certainly share ours.
Unabashedly, apparently. Oh, dear. Okay, Monica, second call. Second call for Monica.
And I'm going to go ahead and type Monica's name in.
We have lost some people, I see.
And we'll give Monica another moment or two.
Oh, Rach is back.
Okay.
Well, Rach, we can put you back on the list, but we had to go beyond you. But the list is a lot smaller now. So you're only 4 down. Well, depending on if Monica's here, you're 4 down. Just 4. So stick with us.
Right, and we do, give each person a few minutes to find their way back to us. So, but we'll keep you on the list until the bitter end if we have to.
Okay, I think Monica's gone though.
Right, Monica has not responded, so we're on to our next person,
which is Chrissy. Hey, Chrissy,
so
you still
Chrissy,
with us?
If you are here, go ahead.
After Chrissy, Shinove, Libra, Cusp, and then Rach. And we will call it a night there.
Yes, I think so. So let's see what happens.
Let's see who's out there at this hour on a Thursday. Come on, Chrissy.
And I'm definitely feeling the full moon energy vibe, because it's keeping me going, quite frankly, because I've been a little under the weather in terms of my...
She's here. I was just going to type you.
Hi, Chrissy.
Hi,
Go
Chrissy.
ahead with your
Go
question.
ahead with your question. Oh, what a kid. Well, what a kid. I'm not sure we'll be able to get you in, but it's possible. Welcome back.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
So do you want to ask it or think of it in a particular way?
Just as she said it, just
Okay.
a love reading, a general love reading, see what's coming. So it'll be 3 cards.
Very good.
Did you shuffle?
I did.
All right. Okay, general love reading for Chrissy. Okay, wow.
What is that? Suspension.
Is that the Hanged Man?
Yes. Inversion.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
reversed. So it is inverted. So that's kind of
Interesting. Okay, so for you, we have, Chrissy, we have the Eight of Wands upright. Wow. We have the Death card upright. Very Scorpio card today. And then we have the Hanged Man reversed.
So what does this mean?
Well,
whatever it is, it's moving fast.
something's happening. I mean, I hazard to think that maybe I'm going to look at my little time frame here. Maybe in the summer, something might happen in the love department. The Eight of Wands is a lot of energy surrounding something.
But I get the feeling like
Communication.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Communication, too, is indicated by the Eight of Wands. So you might be communicating with somebody who, you might hook up with.
I think a big part of this, because you have mentioned some of this before previously, is that you are changing. You are moving to a point where maybe you haven't really been able to express yourself emotionally. You've mentioned you haven't had a boyfriend before.
I have to ask her something.
I don't know if that's due to age or just circumstance or various other factors, but I get the feeling like this move, this change, and or the message that helps you arrive at this is basically something has been released in your life. I think something has changed, and maybe if there was an obligation or a thing you had to do with or for somebody else, or something that kept you from really saying, I want to have the time or the ability or to feel right to look for romance.
So, Chrissy, I know you keep saying you're new in Florida. Are you really new in Florida? Or are you thinking you're going to move again? Are you unhappy there? Because this movement and death is major transformation. So, I mean, this just must have been such a radical shift for you, if you're not thinking of moving again, that, you're still getting used to this change and transformation living there. And so I think that's part of it. And I think that's why, that things are going to start moving for you. But I don't know why he's holding that up. I haven't gotten to that yet. But I will
I'm
now.
jumping the gun. Go
I
on.
do want to caution you, don't, how do I want to say this? Don't give yourself away to, anybody. Okay, is my best way to say it. It's like, be a little bit selfish, be a little bit, on the side of looking out for who you feel is really right for you. Don't just throw your hat at anybody.
Well, isn't it also possible, too, that the reason some of this is happening is because some of this was a change or a sacrifice that you weren't really fully with? It was a thing you have to give up. That's what a sacrifice is you have to make a change in order to get something else. You weren't maybe totally with that. You weren't really wanting to do that. Maybe somebody made you do that. Maybe you were pulled along because you had to go that direction, but it wasn't something you really felt totally good about doing it. It was a reluctant move on your part in some way.
So I think if I'm relating this entire reading to love itself, I would say that right now, I think it's a time of really acclimating to your environment, and then things are going to start moving, shift, and happen for you. But it's going to take some time, and just, be a little selfish. Like I said, things might happen and suddenly people are knocking down your door, and I would just say only let those in that are worthy.
With tarot, we're never sure of anything. We can only tell you what it looks like.
Yeah.
I mean, there's really no, guarantee here. I mean, she feels that way.
Because of the wand, the Eight of Wands. Because it's a quick-moving card. So, and I'm thinking just the nature of what's going on right now in the spring, not a lot is happening right now. It's hard to meet people in the environment we're in with everybody wearing masks and things kind of crazy. So I think at the earliest it's going to be summer.
Well, are you the kind of person then, maybe since my last card didn't seem to go that well with you, but I'm just wondering if maybe part of this is that if you're really new to seeking romance, you don't know what it is people would find that are attractive about you, and you don't understand that for yourself even. And so part of that is figuring that out for yourself, is what do you do to be attractive to people. Right. See, so you have to figure out how you can talk to them, because it can't always be they have to come to you. You have to go to them a little bit.
Well, I'm not sure we'll be able to get to you, Elaney, but you never know. You could hang on and see.
Hey there, Elaine.
We might go into a little overtime. I drew the book, Chrissy, which is kind of an interesting card. And then I drew the fish, which again, the fish is about flow and abundance and sometimes fertility. So beware. But I would say to you that what this means to me is that I think love is going to start, as long as you are really putting yourself in the mindset of being receptive to it. As I know you said you haven't had a relationship, and when I say receptive, it doesn't mean desperate or anything. It's just I'm ready. I'm ready to accept someone. I'm going to make myself available. I'm going to put myself out there, because it seems like there's a lot of fish in the sea.
I said that once, didn't I?
I think you did.
Well, I can't really disagree with that. I just think that all these things really take time. And what the problem is for many people, I'm not saying it is for you, is just that we live in a kind of society where people judge you by how you look or by who you're with. And you want to move away from that. And so that's the idea, is that the fish move to something better. And what that is finding out what you really want.
I don't know if you're in an educational environment at all, or going to school or taking some classes, but seeing the book here makes me think that maybe that kind of environment or some cultured environment is where you're going to meet this, this next person.
Right. It may be that you have to appeal to them with things other than just, how physically beautiful you can be. It may be that the kind of person who's right for you is somebody who doesn't necessarily want that. They want somebody who's smart and a good person and a good friend.
And that's what we have for you, Chrissy. I hope that helps. Hey, Shanove, you are up, and then Libra Cusp, Rach, Wada Kid, Elaney, and maybe Sunny if there's time. But we're running out of time. Uh-oh. You've got to keep me on a tight leash and vice versa.
We'll talk.
Oh, is it the after tarot meetings?
You better believe
hey,
it.
Gina. Oh, yes. Have a good one, Gina.
Ciao, baby.
Take care. All right. So, Shanove, are you with us?
I think he heard your name, or they heard your name.
Who did?
Wada Kid, because he said here, yeah.
Oh, it's not, Wada Kid, you're not up yet, but we'll get to you.
Because they heard their name.
Shanova's here. Okay. Shannon, why? Okay. So you just, maybe you're looking for, why they're never approaching you. Let's just see if we can come up with something there. I'm not going to use that deck. I'm going to go back to this.
Do you want me to use the deck?
No, I got one.
Okay.
Who knows what goes on in guys' heads, right? Right, Mr. O?
Don't ask me.
I won't. Here you go.
Thank you for the question, Shannon. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now. Oh dear, your cards are a little stiff for me.
All right.
So we have 3 cards, which are Temperance, and that one's upright. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune, and it's reversed. And then we have the Ten of Wands, and that's upright.
Well, so what is the problem here? Sometimes I think it's just a timing or a fate thing. It's not anything per se about you, except for the fact that maybe you just haven't been at the right place at the right time. The Wheel of Fortune is reversed, is kind of indicating that to me. This shows, to me, this shows somebody that's very caring and balanced, and there's a lot of serenity around you, I sense. And so I don't think that's a negative here that they would be viewing in you. However, then we have this Ten of Wands, and I don't know if this means that there's a number of things associated with the Ten of Wands. It's like burdens or things that are oppressive. Are you carrying maybe some you might be carrying some negativity with you that you may not realize, that is causing you, to look, that people don't look at you in a fair way. I mean, do you get what I'm saying there from that card?
My feelings are different, and I would like to do those.
Yeah.
So I feel like this card centers around the Wheel of Fortune in the center here, reversed. And so that's saying is that you are sort of in a weird cycle where things just don't quite match up. They did maybe when you were in Dubai, I think, but now you're in a different kind of cycle. And so what Banshee says I agree with is that you are basically a good person and you're not willing to do things too risky in terms of looking for romance or looking for companionship.
Which is good.
But at the same time, what I see from this card is a little bit different, because I get the feeling like maybe you have either an obligation or
I thought about that.
a big relationship commitment towards maybe that job you mentioned or a similar job now, and that somehow, or you're giving that perspective. It may not be true, but maybe you give the perspective that you're not reachable because you belong to something else. You belong to your job, you belong to some other situation. And
I like that actually, because I was thinking along those lines initially. That does make sense. And also, that gives off sort of its own aura to people too. It sends a signal and a message that maybe, say, a job or family obligations or whatever the obligations are more important than relationships.
now I'm clearly wondering if that is actually true. I don't think it should be true, but it may be a perspective that somehow you are giving, and so you'll need to work on that. And so maybe that's what the Temperance card is saying, is to moderate any of your perceptions or appearances that way. So you may have to do things to maybe basically de-emphasize your beauty or your modeling experiences or your connections with Dubois or things like that. You may have to kind of walk away from those and be a little bit of a different person to get back into that cycle that the Wheel of Fortune would better be.
Hey, Sanjeev, welcome, but you're just a little too late tonight. We're not going to be able to fit you in because we're got to finish up the names on our list.
Right, we have to squeeze in 3
I
more people by
apologize.
9 or so. So I hope you might come again. I appreciate seeing you. We would love to do a reading for you some other time. So I'm going to show you our schedule real quick. We are here on Sundays Eastern Standard Time, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. And then Thursdays like now, 7 to 9 p.m.
Okay, so I have the park here, which is kind of like socializing and social gatherings and social situations. And then I have the fox. And so it's kind of like, I think the fox is, with the park is saying, you need to get out there, you need to socialize more, and you need to, be smart about it too. Be smart about, go to places, where you think you will find the person you want to attract. So in other words, let me put it this way. You could go to a strip club if you want to attract that kind of person. Or you can go to like a play, theaters, libraries, events that are more cultural if you want to attract that sort of person.
Okay, now I agree with Banshee on the one thing too, is that the socializing, putting yourself in an environment is important. But I think that what the fox is telling me too is that there are other ways that you can show how clever and interesting you are to people that are not necessarily related to things from your past or things about your beauty or that kind of thing. So you have to think about that a little bit. And maybe when you're in that greater arena of the social, you'll get some ideas and you'll find there's a resonance with how you present yourself. That's basically what it comes down to.
Good show, Mr. O.
Oh, thank you, Banshee. So I hope that helps, Shanova, and I really
Yeah.
do appreciate you being here and
And
asking
thanks
that
for
question.
that question, Shannon. So hope to see you again. Please subscribe and be notified and come back and see us.
Okay, so it's Libra again.
Libra Cusp, you are up.
All right. We love you too, Libra. Oh, yeah. So, is that the question?
No, I don't think so.
Let's stick with
Is
your
the
card.
wish I made to the full moon going to come true? Okay.
Ah.
That sounds like a great yes, no. I'll use this one for that.
Okay.
And
Let me shuffle first then.
then after Libra's Rach, Wadakid, Eleni, and Sunny, and we got to call it a day.
Oh, that's right. You have the final day of work tomorrow.
Yes, my weekend. I can't wait.
And I just upgraded my favorite fantasy game, so maybe I'll stay up a little late and play it.
So I didn't shuffle it. Oh, you
I know
will.
you're going to shuffle it.
But maybe I want the computer.
Well, I'm staying up late, meaning after you.
Oh, okay. You can do that.
Of
You don't
course I
work
will.
tomorrow.
Not as we know it, Hugh. Fireside heater.
Oh, Libra. I love you too.
You know, they always say, well, not they always say, but certain people say that you vibrate closest to a person who's born within 30 days of you, and that may be close enough for us because I'm in Scorpio, and so Libra is my next person over. But Libra is always, I read an astrology book,
No, you know.
trust me. But Libra isn't that the opposite sign from Aries, which is
Yep.
your sign?
I've always gotten along great with Libras, by the way.
You know, not as much right now, but there was a time in my college era where Libras were always around me. Two of them were my best friends. I certainly have a very good friend who's a Libra now. That Merlin person that I mentioned earlier in the broadcast tonight, he's been a friend of mine for over 20 years, and I consider him one of my best friends. So, what we
I've
got?
got it. Well, your question was basically
And you told me that before, Libra Cuss, but that's okay. I
the
still will
wish you
keep
made
you.
to the full moon going to come true. There is a likelihood of yes here, you'll be happy to know.
Oh, wow. Two?
Yeah, we have the Ace of Visions, which Visions, I'm just going to remind myself, is cups. And then we have the Ace of Spells, which is wands
Right.
in this deck. And then we have the Child of Visions reversed is the only caveat here. And I would say to you that, you know what? You may not initially have a lot of positive feelings about it. You might get a message that makes you feel it's not going to happen, but it's leaning towards yes. So I think that that's the only caveat I have there. What do you say about that?
I'd say you're exactly right, Banshee. It's definitely leaning towards yes. There's a small chance it might not happen, but mostly what this may express is a little bit of your own doubt. So you just should
I'm
just try
thinking.
to think positively about it because it's just a little bit of doubt within you. It may also be too that your wish may concern how you communicate with other people and that there's a poetry in your heart that you want to express. Maybe it's with a particular person or with the world or the collective. And you just should think about that too, because I think that is maybe tied towards your wish, expression and the poetry of your heart.
Well, I don't know if it was about money or abundance in any way, shape, or form, but what we've got here, the first card I drew was the fish. And then I drew time. So I think time is a factor for this wish a little bit here. Maybe the deal is,
Oh, wow.
did I just lose the card? I did.
That's it.
You got it? This is the second time today. So basically, I'm feeling that, there's abundance. Something really big is going to happen as in regards to your wish, whether it's monetary or otherwise. But it's going to take some time still. Don't get discouraged like this Child of Visions.
Well, in traditional decks, the Page of Cups has a fish looking at it from the cup. So that's kind of neat in a way too. And I'm just thinking that it is about a vision, and it is a matter of just relaxing and letting it flow to you. Find your way through the currents towards it, and that it may just take a little time. It's no problem. Very nice.
So basically, that's what we have for you. I hope that helped. And we are going to move on now to Rach.
Rach, if you're still here, this is you again.
Yeah, we made it. So after Rach is What a Kid, Eleni, and Sunny. We are into overtime now, just about. But we're going to finish these readings up.
Okay, their divorce, will it be in their favor?
Okay.
Thank you, Libra Cusp. We love you too. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for joining us again.
Happy full moon, everyone. And we have your question, Rach, so we're going to go ahead with that. Oh, I have some fallen cards too. I wonder if...
Oh, you dropped? Oh.
Well, maybe a while ago, so... Think I can shuffle those yet?
Do you want to do a 3-card outlook on this or a basic yes/no? I wonder if we should look at this in more...
I think we should.
I think we should. So we're going to do a 3-card reading and see what factors are surrounding the divorce.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome, Mr. O.
All righty. And I guess we should talk maybe in one of our next sessions about Am's question about how we do our yes/no readings.
Oh, we will go over that again, we promise. Pound, pound, pound. Okay, Mr. O.
Oh, I thought we were doing the 3-card reading.
We were doing a 3-card reading.
Oh, you're such a goofus.
All right, thank you. I'm so sorry. But yeah, I just started, because he talked about the yes/no, and I just started doing it. So, we have the Strength card for you. Thanks for stopping me, my gosh. And we have the 8.
It's the only thing I can stop you from.
We have the 8 of Boons, which is the 8 of Pentacles. Go ahead.
Must be the end of the show. We're
Tell
a
me
little
what
testy
the
here.
Tell me what the card is, at least.
The 7 of Challenges.
So what are challenges?
I don't know. What are they?
They're swords, if you want to know.
Okay.
So we have the Pentacles and Swords. And Strength. This is actually very okay. I'm thinking here, be strong. Be strong, hang tough. The Strength card is here. Be resilient and hang tough.
Was this upright or reversed?
They're both upright. They were all upright. So that's why I said this is good. The 8 of Pentacles is indicating to me, though, that it's not going to be easy. I mean, there's going to be some work or some challenges, that you will have to face with this. But and the 7 of Swords is saying that too, because I think the person you're dealing with, may have something up their sleeve. This card sometimes indicates sneakiness of some sort.
I feel like strength and favor is mostly on your side, but I think with these 8 of Pentacles here, I think there's an opportunity for you that comes out of this. It's some sort of learning something, like maybe you're going to be moving into a new job or a new skill set somehow. 8 of Pentacles.
From the divorce trial? Okay.
8 of Pentacles.
Yeah, okay.
Well, it's sort of as
I
an
gotcha.
apprenticeship.
I gotcha.
Right? Okay. And then the 7 of Challenges, Seven of Swords, it does sort of talk about maybe something that does seem to be unknown or happening behind your back or behind your notice. It may involve what you ultimately do have to settle on. It may be that you do have to settle on some things that you didn't exactly like.
Wow, I'm so glad you said the settlement term, because now I'm looking at the Eight of Pentacles here and thinking that's what that's about. That maybe it's working out the settlement is where it's going to get a little bit dicey. So be careful and use the Strength card, I think, to, be firm and be strong. Just stand your ground.
So I helped you.
You did.
Yes. Let's do a Lenormand for you, Rach, and we'll see if there's anything else there.
Yeah, it makes sense in a way now.
Yeah, I think so too. I was kind of floundering there, but it felt that way. But yeah.
Well, I can see that too. That from any breakup in a relationship, you learn something.
We got 2 more cards, Rach.
Hang on, Rach. Well, see, here we go. I have the Bridge card. And I have that Time card. It may take a little time getting there, but it seems to me the time is on your side. You guys are going to reach some sort of agreement. You will reach some sort of agreement in the end. It might be a little bit of a challenge, but I think it's going to work out.
Yeah, I mean, it to me, it strikes me as it will be fair. It may not be more that you might have wanted, but it will be fair. But it's going to take a while longer. And I'm thinking that...
I don't know what to say about timing, but I do think there will be, some time involved. Maybe there'll be a delay or two.
Pentacles, it could be towards the end of this year or between late summer and the end of this year.
But that's what we have for you. I hope that helps.
Yes.
And thank you for waiting. And
Thanks for waiting.
I know you left and you came
Thanks for coming back.
So awesome. You were able to get in.
All
Hey,
right.
What a Kid, you with us?
Wada Kid, if you're still here, it is your turn. You're welcome, Rach.
You're welcome, Rach. The outcome of my last job interview. Uh-oh, what is going on there?
Should
Uh-oh.
we use my Night Suns?
Yeah, go ahead. Well, I wonder. So it's been a while and you
Would
haven't
you rather
heard...
use those?
No, go ahead. You haven't heard one way or another, huh? I guess, who knows, with the way the environment is right now with jobs in this quarantine world. I don't know, where you're from and what's going on in your area, but...
Right. You don't say how long you've been waiting, but everything is severely delayed, of course.
There's lots of, issues for companies right now. I know that I saw a report on one of our local stations that talked about a woman who had applied for a job, her first job out of college, and she was going to get it, but they called her back and said they could no longer offer the position because of the situation. Is it on me?
Mm-hmm.
It is on me.
That actually happened to me right around the time of the Gulf War storm in '91. I was almost offered a job with the government, and it was inventory of maps or something like that. It was really weird. But then they dried up the funding for it. Okay.
Wow. I don't know if we can clear this up for you. These are really interesting cards.
You have the High Priestess reversed. You have, that's the devil, right?
No.
That's the Star reversed.
Yes.
Sorry. And then you have the Moon upright. There's definitely something going on here. It's intriguing in a way.
It's very much a mystery.
Yeah.
So in other words, it may still be, in fact, What a Kid, that it's still up in the air. So the Star is like, things are looking a little on the gloomy side right now. And especially with the High Priestess reverse too. It's like they're having a hard time making a decision.
I'm getting a glimmer that you weren't their most favorite candidate. You might have been their second, perhaps. But something may have happened there that has forced them to reconsider it. Maybe something to do with the corona. And so I do feel like it will come to you, but it's really going to just take even much longer.
I honestly can't say. I'm not going to commit on it because I'm really not sure they've made their mind up.
Yeah, it could be that they're still indecisive here, but I have a feeling that there's something...
There could be mitigating factors,
right.
like you said.
I have a
Yeah.
feeling that they did want another candidate, but that may not be exactly true now for them. Did you get this somehow through a friend? Was a friend helpful in this? Or somebody who you have pretty loyal connections? Did they suggest this? Or did they mention you to somebody?
Well, he's doing that because he saw the dog card, which that's very true.
It gave me a feeling.
There's also choices and...
He said yes.
Interesting. There's also choices and decisions that have to be made. Again, I don't know, maybe the friend, I don't know if the friend has any influence there, but if they do, maybe it might be nice to nudge them to find out what's going on or what could be going on. But it seems to hinge on a decision. There's a decision hanging in the balance.
The High Priestess is a card of duality. She sits between pillars, usually representing aspects of wisdom. And this card, the stairway,
path decision.
the path is also a card of duality. So it suggests that this choice, I think, is still up in the air somewhat. And I'm thinking that the dog relates to the moon. The loyal friend relates to the moon because the moon, of course, makes dogs howl, but also, too, the moon sort of says that maybe this friend knows what's up. I don't know that they can tell you that. Maybe there's nothing they can really tell you there, but they may know that there is something up there that they're just not at liberty to talk about. They may know the secret.
I think also the dog might be saying that, there's a loyalty thing going on here. Because dogs are about loyalty too. So I wonder if there isn't somebody else they feel obligated to possibly give this position to. But I'm not sure. Really feel it's up in the air still.
And Banshee loves it when I get all weird with the cards, like, oh, I think this is happening. Oh my God, watch your back, look out. That's what I feel.
What he said.
But that's what we have for you. So it doesn't seem like that decision is really ready to happen yet. It's just hanging in the air.
Hey, if you still haven't heard, the next time you come see us,
you can ask again.
Yeah, you can ask again. So, but that's what we have for you, Wada Kid. Thanks for joining us again.
Thank you.
And Eleni, you are up and then sunny, and we can call it a night.
Aww, thank you.
Watch our little brief video on the YouTube channel if you haven't seen it, the one he just posted.
Yes, it's the beginnings of Oberon and Banshee. It's 90 seconds. You can't miss it.
It's not that long.
You're welcome. You will see embarrassing pictures of us when we were in grade school.
So again, Eleni, are you here? It seems like we have gone down to people.
Thanks, Wada Kid. You're a lot of fun to read for, too. That was a really interesting reading. We've had a couple of good readings tonight. They're really fascinating.
I think Eleni might not be here.
Sunny D. Sunny Day. Do you have a second question? If not, we're going to call it a night.
Going once. Whoever's here, Eleni or Sunny, chime in now.
Well, we really appreciate everybody tonight. We appreciate all the readings. You make us what we are.
And we're sorry for the people who left that did not get a reading. Hopefully you will join us again and give it a shot. And so we'll be here Sunday.
We will be back Sunday.
From,
Sunday
2 to 4 p.m.
Eastern Standard Time.
And we will see you then. And hopefully stay safe, be healthy, and we'll see you Sunday.
Live long and prosper.
Bye-bye, everyone.